this is Transvaal Station. Now we've got something really different from like real trains. And we are here up at Dorrigo. And I'm just going to walk along and show you where we keep our trains in Australia. And hopefully some million or billionaire will see this video and put money into restoring them, because once they're gone, they're gone. So what we're looking at there is some rail motor trailer cars. And up there, if you're looking closely, I think that's one of the more modern railway, right up there. But we'll just keep going because before they throw me out. And I apologise if the owners see this, but I really want to publicise this. Hopefully someone will have the money to restore this, at least protect it from the weather. And this is only a very small portion. There's another rail yard to my right, just over the hill behind me there, full of wagons. There's even one of those hot steel wagons. Here's something that I've never seen before. It's a diesel electric instruction car. Now obviously they're just storing stuff in it, but as you can see, it's still looking not too bad condition. And if we could actually protect it from the weather, we could have a great industry up here. Lots of apprentices, lots of employment for the town, long-term project. And then of course you've got the visitors, and if we could restore the railway down to Coffs Harbour. Now I can't tell you what all of these are because I'm not that good and I can't see the wheels. Oh yes I can. If it's got 30, it's a 30 class tank. So if you saw my previous one of Ron Fox's models, that's what he is doing. Australian engines are very easy. The first two letters tell you the class. There's only one or two classes where they ran out of numbers, got to 99 and needed some more. But as I said, I'm not that good that I can tell you. Those that have got the numbers, I'll tell you, but those that haven't. So these are some magnificent exemplars of steam trains, steam engines towards the end of the steam era in New South Wales, Australia. And look at this. Now I think that's no, I don't know what that is. I'll make a mistake. Hopefully some people will comment and I'll be able to put it in the comments. You can see the conrods, or the connecting rods is missing from that one. At least they seem to have covered them with a good layer of grease, so which is protecting them. So hopefully, as I said, that mystery billionaire or 100 millionaire will come along and put money into preserving this and making this a fantastic tourist attraction. Now this one is why I'm really here. This is a Garratt. Now there's only about 3 Garratts left, I believe. The New South Wales Railway Heritage Museum has one that's working. I've actually sat in the driver's seat when the fire's on. It was a thrill. There's one down at Forbes, I believe, and I think this is the last one. Now it looks pretty intact, but of course you've got to get your boiler certificate, and that's the big problem, is the boiler, how bad's the boiler. But it's dirty, greasy work. You need a fair bit of equipment and you need some dedicated people. Like the Kurri Kurri Rail Museum. There's a place where they look after it and we donate money to them. So this is a Garratt. So if you like, it's a 2-engine train. You've got the cylinders up here and the first lot of driving wheels. The boiler sits by itself. There's the firebox underneath it, and there's the rear engine with a set of. These were used because you could crew them with just one set of men, and they had a fairly good hauling power. They were 484. I think I got that right. And looks like it's resurrectable, doesn't it? If we go up here, you can see down there a whole lot of carriages. Those ones we saw at Ron Fox's in the previous videos. Now these are some even older engines. Again, I can't tell you what they are because I'm not that good. And I do, oh no, this is a 50 class, no, not 50. What's it got on it? We'll have a look in a moment. 50. Well, it says it's 56.4, so that would make it a 50 class. I don't recognise that, but that's not surprising. 50.84, I think it is. As you can see, the grease that they've put on it has preserved it pretty well, but, you know, I was here 10 years ago. Not much has been done. I stuck in 10 years ago too, by the way. This one hasn't got a number. I can't tell you what it is. It's a, looks like it's a 480. Not sure. I might look it up later and put some numbers in the comments. I've just got to watch myself here, or I'll end up in the cow poo. Almost got one there. So you won't see as many steam engines in Australia anywhere as well as this. Actually, I correct myself. There's a fair few at the Western Australian Museum in Perth, but they're Western Australian engines, so they don't really count, do they? Now, what's this? This is a 2820. Don't know, but look at it. Isn't that magnificent? If only we could get them going. But we'll keep going. I'm sorry it's a bit long, but I have to work walking pace and avoid the cow pads. And if you don't know what a cow pad is, that's a cow pad. My wife won't let me back in the car if I tread in one. Now, this is an interesting one. This is a much older one. And that's a 19 class. So if you remember, I think if you look at some of Ron Fox's, he's made some of these. As you can see, they just go on and on. Well, this one doesn't look in too bad nick either, does it? Seems to be almost complete. The cylinders are obviously inside, that's why there's no external cylinders. Yep, another 19 class. Roof's a bit scrappy, but that's easily fixed. And I'm going to go along all the way to the end because I'm not getting any younger. I might not get up here again. I probably will. And I'll repeat my call for the 100 millionaire or billionaire that wants to actually look after some of these engines and form a great little business, put Dorrigo back on the map, lots of employment for young people. Here's a saddle tank. I think there's one of those at the Curry Road Rail Museum. My wife and I contributed to getting a new saddle tank for it. This is an even older one. I have no idea what it is. Looks like a variation with a different saddle, doesn't it? So maybe it's an earlier version. And we'll keep coming. That one looks like it's lost its connecting rod by the look of it. So this is where old engines hopefully don't go to die. A retirement home where we need some physios and all the other people that make them go. And some good experienced drivers to, once they got going. We're up about 3,500 feet, 1,100 metres. And there's a railway line goes down to Coffs, but it's fallen into disrepair, I believe, from my information, probably poor as it is, that there's a bridge, at least one bridge, that needs replacing. Now I'm just going to go up to the end here, and then I'm just going to pan around and show you all the railway wagons that have been kept here, haven't been demolished, they haven't been destroyed, so there's some hope that we may be able to, at some point, without a forced billionaire, I'm going to keep mentioning it because it's a good way to spend your billions. Employment for the area, preserving the past, and all the men, women that worked on these engines. And there are all the carriages. Can't see too much from this side because the sun's in the wrong direction, but it gives you a good idea. If you have a look at that one over there, it looks like the frame's bending, doesn't it? So that may not be salvageable. So, that's it from Chris's Central Station. I really hope you enjoy this. If you happen to have a friendly billionaire that you know, that wants to do something good for society, wants to preserve the past, and wants to make life exciting again for lots of people, please give them a ring and say go to Dorrigo, New South Wales, just out of Coffs Harbour, and talk to the band, people who own this, and said can we get them all going and making sure they stay going for the future. Thanks very much. Chris's Central Station.